This isn't the video that was originally going to be in this slot. I completely forgot, well, not completely forgotten, I was aware it was coming at some point, but I wasn't really keeping tabs on release date until I saw a video on Monday when I was looking through YouTube for stuff to watch, and I saw something like, oh, episode 1 breakdown. I'm like, oh, it's out, is it? But I didn't feel super high pressure to watch it until someone at uni said, oh, apparently it's not that great, there's issues with it. And I think a lot of the issues that people are having is because they have an attachment to the source material, to the game. I watched a YouTuber, I can't remember which one, I'm very sorry, it's one of the big ones, I know that, play through it, and I think saying I enjoyed it feels weird given how heavy the game can get, but I appreciated the artistry. It's a very heartbreaking story, and once I can justify it in my budget, I will probably get The Last of Us Part 1 now that it's available for PC. But I know the story, and that's about it. I haven't looked at 2. I saw, I think, bits of videos of the DLC thing, but like I say, otherwise I've not really been that much in the loop. I just know that I do like zombie stuff that deals with the human horror, I guess. The fact that humans are often the worst beings, if you will, in zombie films. There's a video I did ages ago about it. And this does follow that up. This whole plot, it's spoilers for the game, but the end, well, okay, very mild spoilers, shall we say. I'm not going to go into too much detail, because if you're only watching the show and you don't know, I'm not going to spoil it. But the ending, the whole situation at the end of the game, is just how awful people can be when they think that they're doing stuff in the best interests of everyone. So, yeah, I've come to this with foreknowledge, but no real expectations, no massive attachment. So I understand some of the issues, but I can look past them. I wouldn't say it's the best hour and 20 minutes, I think it was, that I spent watching something, but it wasn't awful. It was an okay start. I mean, Pedro Pascal, I've loved since seeing him as Eddie in The Freshman of Buffy. I've loved to see this guy's career sort of really go up and up and up, so that he gets roles like this. I really do like the guy. Bella Ramsey as well. She's great. And for those who know she's non-binary, she uses all pronouns, so she is fine. But I've liked her in everything I've seen her in. And there's a lot of the people here, like Gabriel Luna as Tommy. I've always liked him, whatever he's been in. He's done a good performance, even if the material itself isn't great. I think we can all understand which thing he's been in that I'm talking about. But there's a lot of people here who I know can do really well. And with what they've done, I think they did well. One of the saving graces of this is that Neil Druckmann, one of the writers at Naughty Dog, who created the game, he is involved. And that will always be more true, I guess, to a vision. Any changes between the mediums, he's fine with. Now, okay, the deal with HBO and all that might be very different, and he might have very minimal creative control. I haven't delved too deeply, I will admit. But having some involvement, I'm sure if he felt really that the characters would be disserviced being treated in a certain way, or being written in a certain way, or whatever it may be, if he thought there was a problem, I don't think he'd agree with it, let's put it that way. I don't think any creative should. And it's not like I think he's, just a money-grabbing fool who'll be like, oh, I'll take, just a credit without really any input just for this massive sack of cash. I don't think it's that agreement. So I don't know if I'll do one every week, because I don't know if it'll really grab me, and I don't want to commit to having to watch a series just to bring a video out. I don't like doing that. But if, it gets better and I really want to talk about it, fine. But otherwise, I'm quite happy to just give, my first opinions like this, and maybe, drop in partway through or at the end, see how it all panned out. But yeah, from the start, it's promising. There are things that will be different. We have to accept that whenever something's converted into a different medium, because interactivity is massive. One of the things I know people had a problem with is that intro, the backstory. Because playing it in the game was very different. We got to control Sarah a bit. We built a better attachment in some ways. But when you remove that interactivity, you remove some of that player input or viewer input, whatever it may be. When you are a passive participant, I suppose, it is very different to active. And I think that may be what people's problem is. I don't think it's that it's written badly or it doesn't feel true. I think it's just I'm not controlling it, so it feels wrong. Obviously, like I say, we have a whole series to go, so we'll see if that does pan out. But yeah, if you want me to keep doing this, or, you know, like I say, if I find it interesting, maybe I'll do a few more, but otherwise, it'll be back to normal. I'm not doing a long series every week of this. I'm not doing that to myself, not with uni. But let me know your thoughts. Did you enjoy this first piece? Did you feel that same thing, that disconnect between player and watcher might have soured your enjoyment? Just sound off below, that's what people say apparently. But until next time, as always, thank you for watching, and take care. And watch out for clickers.